everybody. First of all, Happy New Year. I hope you all had a fun and fantastic holidays. So yeah, it's been a while and I'm sorry for not having uploaded any content in some months, but I had my reasons. Anyway, I saw that my YouTube channel passed the 5,000 subscribers, so thank you all very much for the support and welcome all of you new people. And to show my gratitude, I got something nice to give away. I'm going to give away 2 packs of these twin markers, which I did a video of before, from the Action store. Each of these packs contain 12 markers. So if you want to have a chance at winning one of these 2 packs, just put a comment down in the comment section of this video, and like before, I'll be picking 2 people with a number generator, so it will all be fair, and it doesn't matter where you come from, where you live, I'll ship to anywhere, so no worries about it. For this video, I'm going to do a fun little quick watercolor thingy, so I hope you enjoy, and let's get on with it. Hey everyone, again my apologies for not having uploaded any videos for months, especially to the people who have been asking for them. It kinda made me feel bad. But I really needed some time away from commissions and the internet in general, just to work through some issues in my life and get out in real life a little bit more, while picking up on a long lost hobby of mine as well, photography. Also, I was put off of making new videos a bit because of some people who were kinda rude, and I had some complaints about my audio volume. I am aware of the problem with the audio, that people can't really hear me speak because the volume is too low, but truth is, I have no idea how to fix it or what is causing the problem. I've been trying multiple things and yet nothing seems to work. So if anyone has any suggestions on how to fix this problem, I would be very, very happy. So yeah, it just gets a bit tiresome to explain to each and every complaint that I want to fix it, but I just don't know how. At the same time, I feel bad because I want my videos to be good and of quality, and if people can't hear me, then that's half mission failed for me. And at the end of the day, I am doing this at the expense of my own time, with zero income to this, and it takes a ridiculous lot of time to make a video like this one. So yeah, I'm doing this because I want to inspire other artists and people who are starting out and help them out by sharing my knowledge with all of you. So you can imagine when you get in a situation like that, it isn't as enjoyable or motivating for me anymore to create new content. But on the other hand, there are a lot of you who are super nice and super happy with what I'm doing, so at the end of the day, I'm doing it all for you. Awesome people. With that being said, let's go back to the drawing and painting of a cute little kitten. People often ask me how I get my composition and ideas for paintings. Most of the time I think of the subject that I want to draw and make little composition sketches and pick one from those to make the end piece with. Sometimes I can see the complete picture in my mind straight away and go with it without doing any composition sketches. Listening to music inspires me often as well, as it helps me visualizing things much better. Then I go think of what materials I want to work with and what the colors are going to be that I want to use. If I am not certain about color straight away, I scan in the sketch or line art and make a quick mock-up in Photoshop to help me decide on the color palette for the piece. For this piece I wanted to do something simple yet colorful and cute, so I decided to go with a cheerful half-sitting kitten with a heart shape in the background. First I sketch out the heart shape, which ends up behind the kitten, to decide how large I want it to be, and then I'll start out sketching the kitten with its head overlapping the heart shape. This gives for a more exciting composition as when you would have them separately. When I sketch the kitten, I start out with a simple shape such as circles, triangles and ovals to create the base shapes for the head, body and limbs. And as you just witnessed, I made a mistake and had to erase the entire head and start it over because it ended up too small in comparison to its body. So you see, even experienced artists make a lot of mistakes. This is why I try to keep a light hand while being in the early stages of the sketch. This way it's easy to erase mistakes without having any visible marks left or indentings on the paper you're working on. Also, if you discover a mistake a bit late, like me, and you've already done all the details in a part of your sketch, then it's still worthwhile to fix it, even if it seems daunting at first to start over so much work, as fixing the flaw you know is there gives you a better end result you are going to be more excited about as when you would have left it the way it was. So in the end, the struggle will be very rewarding and worth all the effort. So before you start inking your line art or start coloring, make sure you are 100% happy with your sketch, because once you start inking or applying color, there is no turning back, and correcting mistakes becomes next to impossible. Also, there is no real reason behind me using a blue pencil to sketch with, other than that it smudges less than graphite leads, and because blue is pretty. Though if you do want to scan your sketch for digital tracing or coloring, the blue color is much easier to filter out than the gray pencil lines. So this is one of the reasons some artists like to use a blue pencil to sketch with. For my line art, I am using a Sakura brush pen, which are archival and waterproof, so they are perfect to use when you want to work with watercolors. Before I start painting, I am going to mask off the areas I want to keep white in this piece, which are the lines of the heart shape and of the cute little wings. I do this because I want to make them appear like they are glowing once the painting is finished. I'm using the Molotow liquid masking marker to mask off these bits. The paints I am using in this piece are the Daniel Smith and Quor watercolors. The Daniel Smith have become my favorite watercolors over the last year because they granulate like mad. They have flat colors, but a good portion of their colors granulate heavenly. I love this trade because of the amazing textures you can get with them. Also, I really like that the Daniel Smith line is super light fast. The Quor I haven't worked much with, so I decided to include them in this piece to give them a spin. So for the heart shape, I went in with a Quor color and noticed how vibrant color was, even after it dries. Also, they flow really nice, almost like dye-based watercolors. So I started wondering if the Quor watercolors may have some dye ink in them. I'm not sure though, but it is interesting at the very least. For the background, I used a mix of the Quor and Daniel Smith paints and created the bleached out flowery effect by flicking water on the still moist paint and by sprinkling some salt here and there. Both tricks work best when the paint on the paper is still moist but not super wet. It won't work when the paint is dry. To speed up drying time, I use a heat gun, and after the paint is dry, I peel off the masking rubber to reveal crisp white lines around the heart shape and the wings. Then I use a colorless blender pen, but one for watercolor markers, not a alcohol-based blender, to soften up some lines so that it intensifies the glow effect. Moving on to the kitten, I go in with a super granulating purple color of the Daniel Smith paints and show you why I love using these so much. Because of the granulation, you can get an instant fur effect. I also managed to create some awesome worn leather effects with these paints on another piece I have recently done. I just love the texture these paints give you. I also added a bit of the Quinacridone pink of the DS line, which is a non-granulate color, in the cat to unify it with the background. Then some of the Quar yellow along the edges so it appears the heart shape's glow is hitting the cats from behind. To add more contrast to the cat and make it appear more like a black kitty, I used some of the insane color called lunar black. The granulation of this color is truly insane. I have heard from some other watercolor artists that they don't like the super granulating colors because it doesn't suit their style. But luckily, if you look up their color charts or when you buy a color, it always says if the color granulates or not, so you know what you're buying. But personally, I love their granulating colors the most. I just have a thing for textures, I guess. Then lastly, I colored the kitten's eyes in the color theme of the background, as I like to keep my color palette small. And then I decided I wanted to make the outer lines of the cat white to enhance the glow effect with the Dr. P.H. Martin white pen ink and my Chinese calligraphy brush. Then I added some highlights and whiskers and called it done. So we are at the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. I hope it was enjoyable, and again, I'm sorry for being gone for a while. As for the sound issue, I'm going to try a different editing program in my next video and see if that can fix the low volume problem. Feel free to like and or comment on this video and subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss out on any of my future content. And hopefully I will see you all back in the next video. Have a good one!